So I am Nichole MAYFIELD. Let me share a little bit of my background with you. I'm originally from Chesapeake in the Tidewater area of Virginia. I have two children, ages 12 and 14, and I'm working very hard to raise them bilingually in English and in Japanese. And as a non-native speaker of Japanese, it presents some challenges, but we're having some successes along the way. And currently, I am teaching Japanese at South Lakes High School in Reston in Fairfax County, Virginia, not too far from Washington, D.C. I come from a Navy family, and during my high school years, my father was stationed in Hawaii. We lived there for 3 years, and that's where I learned to began to study Japanese. I did not know anything about Japanese, but I was just very intrigued and decided to give it a try. And little did I know that it would be one of the best decisions that I would make in my life. Summer 1989, I visited Japan for the first time. I did a summer abroad with Youth for Understanding, where I stayed with a family in Toyota City in Aichi Prefecture, and that was just an incredible experience. I'm still in contact with that family to this day. I continued to study Japanese in university. I majored in East Asian Studies at Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia. And then I continued studying Japanese with the Falcon program at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. It's an all-day intensive course. And by doing that class, I really was able to kind of solidify all of the different questions that I had about Japanese language. And then I was ready to move to Japan as an adult. I lived in Kurime in Fukuoka Prefecture for 6 years. There I taught English at a juku or cram school, and I was also a radio personality at Love FM, an international radio station, where I did broadcasts in both either all in English or sometimes in English and Japanese bilingually. In 2004, I returned to the US. Fairfax County Public Schools has several schools that offer Japanese, so I immediately found work as a substitute teacher. I later was hired full-time in 2005 school year. My first school was South County High School that had just been built at that time. I stayed there for 18 years, and then I just moved to South Lakes High School last school year. Now, what I would really like to talk about is my experience with my students and just how they have been impacted by Japanese overall. Oops, excuse me. So, although Japanese programs at most high schools are relatively small, I've been fortunate to have so many students study in Japan or move there for work. Some former students have also taken jobs in the local area with Japanese, using it professionally. My very first eighth grade student that I ever taught is currently a Japanese immersion teacher at one of the local high schools, local elementary schools here. And one thing that I've observed is that students really buy into the language and the program. They want to learn Japanese and experience the culture as much as possible. And all quotations that you see on the screen are statements from former students and parents. They get to Japan, they want to stay longer, is what I heard from a father, or they went to Epcot Center in Florida and they were excited to be able to talk to the Japanese speaking staff there. It just makes me so happy to know that Japanese has been so impactful to them. One of the other impressive things is that I've observed with my students is that they're really eager to move ahead in Japanese. Once the students are really hooked on the language, they don't want to waste any time and they desire to move on to higher levels as quickly as possible. I've had students that have attended the Virginia Japanese Governors Academy. Also, Mori no Ike, which is a Japanese summer camp at Concordia University in Minnesota. And then some students actually choose to just do self-study, where I give them the material for the course that they wish to complete over the summer. And then they take the final exam for that course at the end of the summer, and then they're able to move ahead to the next level in the fall. And I have to say that's quite a statement to say as a teacher, that you have students who are willing to use their precious summer time to cram a year's worth of coursework within 6 weeks. But that's just how impactful studying Japanese has been to many students. And they really want to get as much as they possibly can at their younger years and then move on as far ahead as possible. My advice coming from a Japanese language teacher, keep studying for all of our language learners here. That can mean just passive studying, like watching Japanese TV shows or listening to podcasts, or focus study, which of course using your books, using some kind of study websites, but you want to keep your focus study in short bursts. Maybe do about 2 or 3 months at a time, take a break and then come back. That prevents burnout. It is very good to have a specialty skill or some kind of specialty knowledge base. It's important to know how to talk about your field of interest in Japanese. And so, as you're studying your language, make sure you study about your skill as well so that you'll be able to express yourself about the things that you really are well versed about. For myself, I did radio in college, and so then that opened a door for me to do radio in Japan. Try everything that you can, and always remember that the internet brings Japan to you wherever you are. There are so many resources via the internet that keeps Japanese close to you wherever you are. Thank you so much.